Roseann from Live Fit here in Scottsdale, Arizona, and today I have the pleasure of working with you to teach you the ultimate arm workout. We're going to call it today with lots of my Lifepro products. So I'm going to just kind of play around with a lot of these different products because some of you may have all of them or just one of them. So welcome everybody. I'm glad you are here joining me on social media. If this is a recording for you, I still want to welcome you and know that if you've got any comments, any questions, anything that you need, just type it in the chat box or private message me. And I will happy to address your concerns. Between myself, Amber, and Debbie, we are able to just help you guys out. Now, I have this little motto with Lifepro that Lifepro products help me to uncover solutions to rediscover movement the way my body was designed to move. And I think that's true for all of us. So let me know where you're joining in from. Please let me know what Lifepro products you have. Today, I'm going to be working with the Dash X. I've got my Rumblex Pro 4D. I was going to use the mini waver. I have that too, but as you can see, I've got enough stuff in here. And I've got the Power Flow dumbbells. So I've got 3 different pieces of equipment that we're going to work with. And you may have all these, like I said, or you might just have one of them. And I'm going to segment this so that there's something for everybody. And let me break it down for you, because you may decide, like, I want to work on the Dash, but she's not getting to that. I'm going to come to that. What I'm going to try to do is hit each piece of equipment, and then I might combine them. So, as I said, a little bit for everybody. I also want you to have a towel, because some of you, you know who you are, aren't standing on the platform yet, and that's okay. And I'm going to start warming all of us up with some towel exercises. I have a stool here, and I use this stool. It's about a 2-foot stool. Okay, I'm going to put it behind my Rumblex. And then my towel, I just use a regular, good old-fashioned hand towel, face towel. Now, today's workout is just going to be biceps and triceps. I'm not going to go into a lot of anatomy. I mean, I kind of am an anatomy geek, and Amber knows so much when it comes to the PT side of things. I just know how to get people a little more stronger, a little more flexible, and I don't want to go too much into the science stuff, but I'm just going to tell you some really simple things. When we're working our biceps and our triceps, what I like to focus on with my clients, first of all, is posture. Posture is everything. If your head is in front of your shoulders, you're going to have improper placement of the shoulder blades. That means this bone's going to be in the wrong place. So I need you to really think about posture first. When we're working a bicep, this is a single joint move. It is from the elbow joint, okay? And there's 2 heads of the muscle. There's actually 3, but there's 2 long heads. And then the tricep, there's 3. But if I am moving all my shoulder joint around when I'm doing my work, I'm really not getting into the belly of the muscle. Now, there's going to be times when I work my shoulders in this, but I'm trying to focus. And that's, again, a try. My effort is to keep my shoulder blades down. Same thing with triceps. Doesn't matter what angle my humerus bone is in, I'm going to keep that shoulder girdle anchored so I can work in different planes of motion. So again, I'm not going to go into which plane I'm working in, because that doesn't matter. We want to just show you range of motion, and then it is up to you to feel, and that's my key word, is feel the contraction, feel the release, feel the length, not feel pain, not feel tension, but muscle contraction. Okay, that's the difference. So welcome to is it Vicky in Wisconsin, and Sandy, Rumblex, and great. So welcome, people. I'm really glad that you're here. And again, if you have any questions, let me know. So let's sit on your stool. And if you don't want to sit, if you're ready to stand, let's go ahead and stand. But we're going to power up the Rumblex. And I'm not going to get crazy on settings because here's the deal, and this is my opinion. I want you to work on different things. I want you to go fast, slow, high, low. Just change it up a lot. I'm not going to put a science into this. There's certainly reasons we like to go faster and slower, but today we're just talking about movement of energy while we are on the product. Not to discount, there's reasons why we want our machines to be powered up, fat loss or balance, but don't get too concerned with it. I want to talk about mechanics of movement of your body when you're on product. So start your Rumblex. I'm going to go into just oscillation because everyone who's got a platform can oscillate. And I'm going to take it probably like, maybe about 30 or 40. And I'm just being pretty open with that, pretty open in terms of the number. You're going to take your towel. You're going to pull your elbows in at your sides. And I'm going to show you from the side here. Elbows are in. They're not here. Okay, and we're just going to bend and straighten the arm. I mean, that's as simple as it gets, okay? Now, can you see my index fingers? I'm not gripping. I'm going to show you up front. This is super important to me. I don't want you to grip. I don't want that tight grip. I want to think about my pinky, my ring finger, and my middle finger kind of holding on, and my index finger and thumb are kind of like I call it my trigger finger, okay? You'll have less strain in your elbows if you don't grip really tight. Now, that's not always the case. Sometimes you've got to use all 5 fingers, but when we're doing the bicep, we're going to bend and extend. I'm lengthening and I'm contracting. Okay, so we're just going to warm up that joint in a simple way. Feeling the goal here, pulling the towel apart, is to feel your shoulder blades anchored down on your back. Be aware of your breathing. Exhale, inhale. Okay, so this is the fundamental point of our bicep curl. Okay, this is just a supine bicep curl. Let's do a couple more. And you should feel contraction in the muscles, right? Excellent. Now, go ahead and stretch out your arms. Fingertips are pointed down. All I'm doing is lengthening here. You can grab onto your fingertips and give it gentle stretch. I'm working stretches all the time. Okay, don't wait till the very end on that, and shake it out. Now, for triceps, and again, you're seated on here. I'm going to show you from behind what this looks like. I'm going to take the towel, and I probably should move my ponytail, behind my back. So my elbow is as close, my arm is as close to my ear as possible. That's not always the case for everybody. Some people are going to be super tight, and they can't get that arm up there, but do the best you can with this, okay? Then, my other hand is going to grab. So once again, I'm trying to keep my index fingers from holding on too tight. Okay. And what we want to do is I'm going to push down so you can see my one arm is straight and it's giving me a stretch on this side. Okay. So there's my contraction. I'm reaching out and then I'm going to bend and I'm going to straighten this arm. Okay. So I call this wiping off or toweling off my back if you're in the shower, okay? So when I bend my elbow, my tricep stretches, and when I straighten it out, my tricep contracts. But you see it more on my back, on this arm. You see my tricep contracting, and then it's stretching, okay? Now, while you do this exercise, again, it's not for everybody because your head might be forward. If your head's forward, it's really impossible to get your arms to work. So you've got to push your head back. Push your head back into your hand. And that's going to get your posture in check. Make sense? Lastly, and I'm giving you lots of cues on this, your ribs. Don't let your ribs pop out, okay? You want to keep your ribs in. And we're going to do a couple more. Now, you can do this seated, okay? I'm going to do the next set seated. So, hand behind. I told you all the cues. Push your head back into your hand, your elbows bent. Feel that bone plugged in. Grab onto the towel and reach down and sit nice and tall. You can sit back on the stool so you feel that strength, and then you reach up and down. Now, if your elbow's out here, it might happen. I'd like you to try your best because this is a shoulder joint issue if you can't bend the elbows well. do the best you can. That's my biggest rule. Have fun with it and do the best you can without hurting, without forcing anything. And the inhale and exhale for 3, 2, and 1. And relax. Roll your shoulders down. Okay, so that's just a little loosen up for anybody who doesn't have dumbbell, the Power Flow Pro dumbbells or any of the dumbbells. Okay, that's the starter for this. Next, we're going to get on the Rumblex. I'm going to show you with the resistance bands first, and then we're going to add weights. Okay, so you can get off your stool. If you are not standing, you can stay seated. So let me be clear on that. You don't have you can be seated, but I'm going to stand up. Now, because I'm going to be doing a lot of reps in various ways, I'm not going to go super heavy on this stuff. I think I'll go about 9 pounds, and I may get down to 7, but I want to get my dumbbells ready, okay? That's coming next. You have these cords that come with most of the platforms, right? And everyone's like, oh, my cords are too long, and should I tie them in that? You don't need to, okay? I mean, it's helpful. You can time, but I'm going to hold my band like this. Either my palms up, okay? There's a little plastic piece, so I can hold like that. I don't have to grip, okay? But you can. Remember, I've got my trigger finger is released. So we're going to stand and we're going to do a series of bicep moves. There's basically about 5 different kinds of curls you can do. If you want to go wider on your platform, you're welcome to. You can bring your feet closer. You can work on that Pilates stance where we can add a little bend and straighten. Those are just bells and whistles, but let's talk about biceps. Okay, elbows are in. I'm going to turn my thumbs out like I'm hitchhiking. So the shoulders are down. And we're going to bend and a full extension. There won't be any tension in the band. That's okay. You create your length and then you bend. Now, this is actually a 2-for-1 because I'm going to contract my bicep, but when I straighten out, my tricep is contracting. So the bend is a contraction of the bicep. I straighten out and my tricep gets a little bonus. Okay, so this is our supine curl. Exhale as you come up, inhale down. Now again, I'm not going to do many reps because I've got many exercises, so it will be many reps. This is your supine curl. We're going to do the same thing with dumbbells soon. From here, we're going to go into what's called the offering, okay? I'm going to bend my elbows. I'm going to push out and pull back in. Now my bicep stays contracted. I don't have big biceps, but at least I have some muscle there. Out and back in. Now my shoulder joint is getting some work here, so there is a little bit of shoulder work, but I want to keep that flexion in my bicep. So this is called the offering for 4. Exhale, push out 3. Keep the elbow bent. That way the biceps contracted. 2. And 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and offer out to the side. Now I'm keeping my elbows bent, keeping that contraction. If you need more, you can come down a little lower on the bands, okay, and hold it out. Now that's too much for me, okay? So I want to keep my elbows there. You'll find a place that works for you. I like holding on to those little plastic stoppers, if you will. Okay, let's do a couple more here. So I'm coming out to the side. Great. Now I'm going to add on. I'm going to bend and straighten. My shoulder joints, my shoulders are stable. My deltoids are working, but my bicep is lengthening and contracting. It looks like my one arm is lower than the other, doesn't it? Might be the angle of my camera. I'm trying to get that elbow. There it is. Okay. 5. Let's do about 4 more. 3, 4. Abs are engaged. Knees are soft. 2. Last one. Bring it in and down. And then once again, you can stretch out by just pushing the hand toward me. Fingers down. And then the other hand. So I've done a supine curl, offering and airplane curls. Now from here, I'm going to add on to something a little different. We're going to do a crossover. One arm and then the other. I straighten and I cross over my chest. Shoulders again are anchored. This is called crossover. Elbows into the sides, alternate one arm and then the other. When you're doing this, try to feel that you're pulling the chin in. There shouldn't be any shadows under your chin, or the chin shouldn't be lifted. Okay? Or crossover. Again, if you need more resistance, you can choke up on it, but I'm not going to do that. You find a resistance that works for you. I need you to stretch that arm straight and then bend the other. From the crossover, we're going to go into what we call the hammer curl. Now, I'm going to hold on with like a little bit of a pinch of my index finger and thumb on this one, because I'm going to bring it, actually, my thumb and my index finger, I'm going to bring it up and down. So I pull all the way up. I'm going to show you from the side. I'm pulling up and down. Up and down. Let's go for 4 more of these. This is your plain old-fashioned hammer curl. And I talk about it being plain and unimportant, but it's another way that we work our biceps. From our hammer curl, we're going to do what's called the Zotman. Now, I'm going to show you my palm position. I'm going to bring my arm up. I'm going to turn, and I'm going to bring my arm down. So that's really working in the 2 heads of the bicep and my forearm as well. Okay, so let's do that together. And we're going to come up, turn, and down. Now, with the resistance band, it's not as intense as when you have weights. So I want you to enjoy this. Because if you're working with the power dumbbells with me, this will be quite difficult on the release of the hands. Think about your pinky fingers are turning up and the thumbs are leading down. How's that working for you guys so far? Feel okay? Couple more. Great. Last one. And release. So to stretch out our biceps a little differently, let's use the Rumblex or whatever vibration machine you're on. And we're going to come down to where our fingertips are pointing to our thighs. And you're going to just rest all 10 finger pads down. And lean forward. And then slightly lean back. So I'm shifting forward and I'm shifting back. I'm getting a nice stretch in my biceps, keeping the shoulders back. You can also do this standing. And then turn your fingers to point forward and come forward over your finger pads and back. I did a video, a live on wrist flexibility. And you may want to check that out in the library. Because a lot of my clients, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of my clients have very, very stiff wrists. And they weren't designed to be like that. It's a pretty strong mobile joint. There's lots of bones in the wrists that are meant to move, but we get stuck. Take your fingertips out and just go side to side a little bit. Stretching again, all the arm muscles and the wrists. And then shake it out. Okay, so that was your basic bicep work with the resistance bands. Now you can do that same thing with the dash, and we're going to do that in a moment here, but I want to continue on with the Rumblex because most of you have vibration platforms, but now we're going to add weights, okay? And I haven't hit triceps yet, so I'll go to that next, okay? So I'm going to shift mine to lateral because I want a change of feeling of energy from the platform. So I'm going to go into my lateral movement, and I'm going to take it at a speed somewhere about 20 to 30, okay? And then let's grab our weights. I'm going to add one more exercise. So I've got basically 5, supine crossover, hammer, Zotman, and a concentration curl, which I didn't show you in the last one. I've got my 9-pound weights. And again, my trigger fingers are happy. They're free to roam. I don't want to have a tight grip here, okay? Let's get on the platform. I'm not adding any leg movement to this. Just standing there is enough. Turn so you're hitchhiking. Your thumbs are out. I want you to feel your pinky finger and your ring finger lifting the weights up and bringing them down. Exhale up, inhale down. Okay, go for that full range. Okay, and what I really see a lot of people, especially guys, sorry guys, in the gym, I see them hauling they're in their back. That means they're lifting way too much weight. Okay, this is not meant to do that. Your spine's meant to be strong and straight. I'm doing a split stance right now. You can do that on your machine. Okay, so one foot in front of the other, and you bring the arms up, all the way up. Shoulder blades are down. You bring the weights down. Your collarbones lift up to the chin. We're in our Pilates body on the platform, okay? I'll show you from the front again, all the way up and down. I got the index finger free. One more. And then back down. Now we're going to go from here into the crossovers. So I'm going to take one arm across and down and across and down. Now let me show you what's going on with my back here. I think you should be able to see it on the camera, okay? When I cross over, I want my shoulder blade to drop and stay down. So I'm going to take that weight across my body. My shoulder blade drops down. See that? I want you to feel that, okay? This is just not about biceps. It's about your whole back engaged. Your spine muscles, my abdominals are pulling in and up. And we're getting a nice bit of rotation. There's two bones in your forearm that help you to turn your wrist. So this should feel really good. Straighten the arm out and cross it over. Pumping that belly of the muscle. Now, basic moves. When I say basic, I mean these are the fundamental ones. Thank you for that compliment about my arms and legs. This is my job. You can have this too if you do the work. Okay, so next, we're going to add the hammer curl. So we're going to full range up. Elbows are in. We don't want the elbows forward, okay? So I'm coming all the way down and all the way up. Now, here's what you can do with any of these exercises, which I didn't do before. You can come halfway and then all the way down. Halfway up and all the way down. Exhale. Okay. When we work on the bottom half, the bottom half of this curl, you can really feel your back muscles. Now, if we work the top half, bring it up. Okay. Now, my weights are a little wider than my shoulders. I'm going halfway down. I'm really loading my biceps here. Squeeze and release. I'm going to show you from the side. I don't let the weights drop. I keep them up. I contract and then back down. I'm really trying to hug my elbows in. I'm trying not to let my arms sway. Okay? Let's go for 5. My index fingers are still free. Do you see that? 4. I call these gunslinger hands. 3, 2. I can feel a lot of muscles in my back working. And 1. And release. Whew, okay, so that range, bottom half, top half, and full half can be done with any of the exercises. The crossover, you can do halfway up. You can come all the way up and halfway down. Okay? The supine curl, you can come halfway and down, or you can come all the way up and halfway down. And look at it, I've got my palms open, so I'm really relying on my biceps. Okay. Adding on. Now the Zot Man. I am going to go a little lighter on this, guys. I'll be honest with you. I think if you're new to this exercise, it's better to go a little lighter because it's kind of funky. And don't you love these dumbbells? Poof! I just changed to a lighter weight. Now with Zot Man, I'm going to supine curl. I'm coming up. I'm going to turn and I'm coming down. Feel the difference on that? Turn. Now that turn, by the way, let me show you this. That turn is coming from my shoulder joint, okay? I'm turning. So I've got to turn that shoulder back. Come up and then down. I don't want to turn from my back. I want it to come from the wrist, the 2 bones, the ulna and radial, and you're going to feel it in the shoulder a little bit. Okay? Let's do it. Let's knock out 6 of these. I'm going to come up and turn and lift your chest. Turn, up, turn and down. That's 2. Turn, bring it up, turn, bring it down. 3, up. Last 2. And last 1. Excellent. Okay, so that was called the Zap Man. And I would do those full range. I don't think I would do those half range. That's a full range exercise. So the last exercise I'm going to show you is called the concentration curl. Sometimes at the gym they call this the preacher curl because there's a bench they use, but you don't need a bench. I'm going to just put one weight down. And what we're going to do is we're going to stand on the platform with one foot. I think I'll do my right foot. Okay, I'm going to bring my elbow down and I'm going to tuck it in. Now, if you find that it's too uncomfortable, you may want to come down here and bring your foot on top. So, a lot of work in this leg. I'm going to put my elbow against my knee and I'm going to come all the way up and all the way down. Now, I've locked my shoulder in place. This really, I think, in terms of targeting the bicep, this hits it. You can come halfway and down. That's your bottom half. You can come all the way up and halfway down. Top half or full range. So I showed you that you could stand here and you could even sit down for all that matters here. Sit down with both. Why not? We've been standing for a while, okay? I'm going to lean into it. My hand is on my knee just to keep my chest lifted. I don't want to collapse. I want to keep my chest lifted. And I know it's not really ladylike. I do have shorts underneath here. Okay, we're going to come up and down. All the way down, all the way up. And that index finger is still free. All the way up and down. Now this is about 7 pounds. I probably can go a little heavier because I'm so connected to my inner thigh. And I'm getting a really good feel of the contraction. As I said before, the language of the work is feeling your muscle contract. Not your hands, but your muscle. Okay, so we have kind of hit all our bicep exercises with the weights. I'm going to set that down. And let's hit a little tricep, okay, before I go into the dash. Hopefully this is making sense to you. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask me. If you don't have the vibration platform, any of them, and you just have the dumbbells, you know, guys, you don't need to have this, but it's always a nice winning combination to have both because you can do less reps standing because of all that, those split-second vibrations. You know, I'm not sure of the exact, I think I've read somewhere, is it almost about 10 reps per one curl? Because of the vibration. Is that about right? Am I making that up? Someone correct me on that. But all I know is there's a lot more muscle work. So I was telling one of my clients today who just bought a platform, I go, forget that 3 sets of 15. I want one good set, 8 to 10 reps, your best form, your best posture on your platform. Okay, let's dive into triceps. There was a day when this girl could not do push-ups. I can tell you that. And now it's amazing because of all the different tools I've used. And I can tell you, I think the vibration platform has really helped me to get a lot stronger for my triceps. So we're going to do, the first one is a seated extension. I'm going to move the platform over to this on an angle so you can see me. I hope I don't unplug it. Actually, let me shut it off first. And I'm going to turn it to the side. Okay. I want to make sure you guys have a good view of me here. And I'm going to bring my camera down a little bit. There we go. Actually, let me move my camera in and down. There we go. Oops. I don't know what I'm seeing there. There we go. Perfect. All right. Okay, so we don't need these guys yet, so we're going to use bands in a bit. Have a seat. You can have a blanket underneath your seat here. Let's go for oscillation. Okay. I'm going to oscillate at a speed of about maybe, again, I'm in the 20 to 30 range. My hands, I'm going to sit on the edge. Oops, you know what I better do is I better grab a towel because I always sit on this and I shut my platform off. So let me see if I can prevent that from happening by putting a towel there. Okay. I'm going to push down. Now, by pushing down, just by the sheer fact of pushing down, I'll show you from the back. When I push down, my triceps are engaged. You want a nice, strong, straight joint. This in itself will help you to strengthen your triceps. Now, if you find that you can't sit up, bend your knees a little bit or cross the legs. Do what you can to get your hips to become forward. I know that's a tough one for everybody. Okay, so you're just going to sit up there. And that's going to be the first thing I want you to do is just have a seated extension. We're extending the elbow, the hand away from the shoulder. That's extension, okay? Now, if that's working for you, you can stay there. I'm going to slide off, and I'm going to keep my arms straight, and I'm just going to take one leg out, and this other knee is bent and my foot's there. I'm going to stay there. I'm not even doing a dip yet. I'm just holding myself up, okay? And then switch, and the other leg can go out. Now, if that works for you, you can take both legs out, and now I've got to really, and you can bend your knees a little bit, and I'm really pushing down to lift myself up. From here, if you are okay with that on your wrist, you can bend the elbows and lift. Bend and lift. Now, when you have your knees bent, your feet can help you. It's not cheating. I want you to have the best form, bend and straighten. Okay, now what happens with a tricep extension, people tend to round forward, okay? I really need you to keep the head of that bone back. So it may be that you just sit with your hands here and get your wrist to stretch and the muscles in your back and your triceps to contract. This might be where you start, and that's perfect, okay, guys? Don't try to do a lot of stuff if you can't find your end range of motion. Your tricep contracts its best when you're extended. Now, to add on to this, I'm going to tell you this is going to be a little more core work. So I want to let you know that you may not feel at first you can do this, but you'll be able to get you stronger as you do it. My hands are right next to my hips. They're not behind, they're not front, they're right next to my hips. And I'm going to kind of cross my ankles. I'm going to lift myself up. So you see how my stomach went back? I lift. And I push up. Now, if that feels pretty good, you start there. You hold it. You're holding your body weight up. You can lift one leg up. You lift the other leg up. One at a time. And I'm really pushing down. Okay, now I do have a little bit of curve. I'm going to show you from the side. It's going to be kind of funky because of the way my platform is. But I'm going to lift myself up. See, my butt goes back. So that's the lift. It takes a lot more. I'm lifting my body weight up. So depending on how heavy you are, how hard it's going to be. Get really crazy here. I'm going to lift my feet up, and I'm going to try to lift myself up. I'm hovering about an inch off. That's it. Literally an inch. Okay, feet together. Press down, pull your belly in, and lift your feet up, okay? And you can cross over and hold. That's a lot of work. It really is. Shake everything out. So I did the kind of the harder ones first. I've got one more hard exercise for triceps, and then we'll go to something that might be more doable if you're a beginner. And I'm sorry if I'm kind of bouncing around on this stuff, but there's so many ways you can work your arms that you can't get bored. So one of my favorite push-ups, believe I'm saying this, favorite, I never thought a push-up would be favorite, is called the diamond push-up. So just wherever you're at, whether you're seated on your chair, on your platform, or standing, make your fingers, I'm going to show you right from the camera. I want your fingers to go right by your heart, okay? So it's not heart like I love you. Is that a heart? Wait. It's diamond, okay? You're going to push away. That's the move of pushing and bending. You're pushing away. So when I straighten my arm, my tricep starts contracting, okay? That's the move. Now, when we're on our platform, things change a lot because now, I'm going to shut my platform off again. It's safe to do it that way. I'm going to change it so you can see my angle of my body. Now it's going to require that you're on your knees. As you get stronger, you'll be on your toes. Let's start the platform. We're going to go in, let's go in lateral mode. You can be in oscillation mode. Let me bring you down here, guys, with me. I got all my other equipment onto the side there. Okay. This is a Lifepro room for me anymore. Okay. I'm on lateral. Or you can do pulsation. If you're new, pulsation. See how easy I am? You can do whatever you want. Just do it with good form. Okay, I got that diamond shape, right? I'm gonna put my mat on because I want a little padding. There's my diamond shape. I'm walking my knees back and my butt is not in the air. I'm bringing my butt down. I'm gonna bend my elbows and then push away. My head is over my hands and I'm straightening. Bend and straighten. If it works for you to come all the way up, you're gonna come down and press. Arms straight. You can have a little baby bend and straighten. As you get stronger, you'll add more bend. Now I still can't come down all the way until I go on my knees and then I can come down. Okay, so this is your diamond push-up. That one is sure to hit your triceps in a big way. Whew. Now, we haven't done any stretching of the triceps, so let's try this. Whatever feels comfortable for you, you can be on your chair, platform, or standing. Let me show you what I like to do to stretch a tricep. I already showed you my towel exercise. Yes, this will be available to watch for future use. This is on YouTube. It's in our Lifepro library. Okay, so when I want to stretch my tricep up, this is how I do it. You're gonna look down and take your hands and grab behind your elbows. Okay? And then you're gonna push your head back up. I find that's the best way to get my arms where I need them to be, instead of trying to bring my arms up and I'm in my neck. So head down, grab onto your elbows, push your head back. Now I've really lengthened up. Then I'm gonna bend to one side and then the other. And then I'm gonna push my head back. My knees are bent. You can do this standing on your platform. I'm not on my platform. I just wanted you to see upper body, how my ribs, I don't want to pop. I want my ribs in. I want my back to open up. I'm opening up my lats and my chest here, okay? So that's one way to stretch your triceps. The other one is how I showed us in the beginning. Hand behind your head, palm facing away, and gently pull down. And there's your tricep stretch right there. Just lengthen it out, getting that whole muscle to stretch out, okay? I'm glad that you're enjoying this, Linda. I'm probably repeating myself a lot on these things, but I can't emphasize this enough. It is about form. You know, I want that bicep as close to your ear when you're doing some of this work. So when we go into using the bands, this is going to be pretty important. So I'm going to show you using not the dumbbells, but the bands, then the dumbbells, tricep kickbacks, and then we're going to use extensions with the band, and then we're going to do some dumbbells too. So let me reconfigure. I'm going to just move my stuff around, and here we go. Okay, hopefully move my camera back so you guys can see me. All right, so we're going to take our band. Nope, still can't see me. We're going to take our band. Standing on your platform. Am I even in the camera? I know on social media I might be coming out. Let me get centered more here. Okay. I'm going to take the band. I'm going to put my elbow at my side. I'm going to take my hand and push my elbow, my shoulder back, okay? And I'm going to extend out. Okay, tricep kickback. I'm holding the band with my thumb and index finger like a pliers, okay? Pushing back, stretching out. And that shoulder's back. I don't want to be rounded. I want to keep it lifted, okay? That's your kickback. Now I'm going to only show you in one arm because we're going to do an extension on the other arm, okay? Let's go for 5. You want that full contraction. Abs in, knees are soft. 4, 3, 2, and from the side it looks like this. See, I'm kind of kicking out to the side. I'm not back, I'm to the side. Okay, now my tricep extension, let's sit down on the platform. And I'm going to take that band behind me. I'm going to hold on with the opposite hand. I'm going to reach straight up. If you feel you need more resistance, just choke up on the band a bit, okay? I'm going to hold the handle so I don't get hit in the face, okay? And I'm going to kick up. So I'm high-fiving the sky, okay? From the side, it looks like this. Up and back. There's the stretch, and there's the extension. All the way up, all the way back. So those are 2 options. You can do the standing as well if you have enough length. I don't think I have it here. I don't think my band won't go that far. So you may not be, let's try this. What the heck? I'm going to bring my foot down. Oh, there I go. See, there's always something. So I'm going to go into a lunge stance. I'm leaning into it, so I've got a lot of movement in this leg. Elbow back, I'm going to high five the sky. Exhale. Push up. So over time, you won't need to have your hand holding your bone, but I kind of like it there to keep it in place. Okay? Great. All right. So those same things we're going to do with weights. So I just happen to have my 7-pounder. Now, some of you guys and gals are much stronger, but remember, we're on a platform, and we're not doing a lot of reps. We're going for full range of motion, okay? So I'm going to stand on here, and I'm kind of just on an angle. I'm going to put my hand on my thigh if I need to support my spine. If you don't, I want your hand here because you're going to kick back and then bring the weight back, just your hip. I see people doing the full range like this, and then they get too much movement in their shoulder joint. I want to lock it and kick it. Bring it back and kick it, okay? From the side, I'm going to kick it back and kick it back, okay? Also watch, we tend to cock our wrists. It's a strong kickback, okay? So let me show you on the other side. Equal opportunity employment for both sides. Hand at your hip, the elbows bent in space, and you're going to kick back. Keep the chin pulled in, watch the head doesn't lean. I want the chin in, nice long spine, and kick back. Exhale, hold it, and release. Now, we're going to go into something a little different, seated or standing. I'm going to be seated, but you can do the standing. And I'm going to go for a little bit heavier weight here. So I think I'll go into... what the heck, 13 pounds. I'm going to sit down and my, make sure you can see me on this. You see me? My hands are like this. I'm going to have the weight I'm holding like this, okay? So I'm going to take the weight in my hands, palms up, and I take it behind my head. My elbows are glued together. You can sit nice and tall. I'm going to reach up and take the weight back. Once again, you have to have pretty flexible lats to bring your elbows back. But it looks like this. And back. I call it taking off the top hat. Okay, tricep extension up and back. I just sat on my button and shut my machine off. It happens. Now, if you find, let me put my machine back on. If you find that might be a little hard to handle, I'm on oscillation. And I'm going longer than I normally don't go this long. Lauren, be patient with me. I'm almost done. Okay, if you find that's too much to hold like that, hold on with both hands, okay? You're going to reach up. You're going to hug the elbows in and push straight up. Bend in, elbows in, and push straight up. This requires a lot of your back posture muscles to work. Up to the sky, straight arms, reach back, up. You're reaching way back. Now, you see how my elbows just came forward? I went back too far. Slight bend and straighten. You don't have to bend all the way back. All you want to do is get that stretch in the tricep and then contraction and bring it down. Okay, guys, there's a few other, you could be laying down to do this stuff. I'm not going to show anything supine. That comes into a whole nother setup. So I'm going to move forward and go on to the dash. So I've done tricep kickbacks with weights. I've done it with bands. I've done extensions with bands and weights. And then I've done diamond push-ups. And I've done just seated here and lifting my hips up, okay? I can come up, I can do my dips. So those are fundamental tricep exercises. If you find that just holding your arms straight is enough today, it is enough today. As you build up the flexibility in the wrists and the stabilization in the shoulders and the posture muscles to add on, you can lift yourself up, okay? So let's go into the dash. You with me so far? If you have any questions, let me know. I'm going to shut off my platform. I'm going to move it to the side. I've got to rearrange the furniture a little bit. Quick little replacement of my dumbbells. I love these so much. So much. I wish I would have had them before I invested in a bunch of equipment for my studio. But I have them now, and that's all that matters. Let me move my platform away. Get that out of the way a little bit. And last but not least, the dash. Who does not love this bike? Not only can you get a workout cardiovascularly, but you can also work your arms at the same time. And some of these exercises are going to be the same. So if you are a dash person and don't have a platform, fear not. Because you can do these same things. You can do all your curls. You can do your supine curls. You can do your crossovers. You can do your Zotmans. Okay. What else? We can do the single arm bicep. I call these airplane arm bicep curls. Okay. Can get these going on. You can do the offering out and in with a bent elbow from the side, out and in. I just keep the elbow bent. I am using my shoulder joint, but my bicep is contracted. And then for us triceps, I'm going to hold on, pull my elbow back, my hand at my hip, and I'm going to kick back. Okay, look at it. I freed my hand. I'm not holding tight. Kick it back. Pull the chin in. Abs are braced. Knees are bent. Okay, my tricep extensions. I'm going to come back. This is great because, let me move my camera. You've got to see this one. I'm kind of fast forwarding in these because it's basically what I did on the platform. Okay, now the pulls from behind me. I really love this. I'm going to actually do a split stance. Okay, putting my weight into my front leg. How about putting your foot on a platform while you're doing this with your bike, with your dash? Excellent, right? Good. So come on the bike. Let's join me on the bike. Sit nice and tall. Get a gear, because I haven't warmed you up a little bit. Just get a nice loose gear that you can get the movement. Hips are not rocking. You know, you can always grab your dumbbells, by the way, and pump some iron that way. But let's get our bands. Palms are facing, thumbs out, and we're going to do a bicep curl as we pedal. Twofers, I love twofers. But I want you to watch that your knees are in line with the hips. They're not splaying out. You're pumping it out. Elbows are hugged in. Great. Hold it here. We're going to push out and in. Out and in. Let me keep those elbows bent. I just saw myself. I straighten them there. Up and down. Bicep working and shoulders. Great. One more. Relax for a second. Roll your shoulders out. You can stretch your biceps on your dash by bringing your fingertips down and your palms forward, drop your shoulders. Try not to be in your neck. And you let those stretch. You can stretch your forearms out, pushing your fingers down. Shake your hands out. Let's go into our tricep. So I'm going to stop for a second. I'm going to bring my elbows back and I'm going to kick back. Now, I've got to pull my elbows back. I've got to lift my chest. I'm going to pitch forward. I'm going to kick back. Both arms. Pressing down as I lift my chest. You can see my elbows are slightly flared out. That's okay because of my legs there. So a little bit of flare out. I'm pushing out. Okay. The bands move in the handles. They'll glide a little bit. It's okay. That's the beauty of the bands. Hold your arms out. Palms are facing back and little presses. Press back. Full tricep extension. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Relax and shake it out. Well, not only did my heart rate come up, pedaling, I'm on a gear number 4, but I pump my arms at the same time, and I'm literally, I can feel, I wonder what my heart rate is. Feels like it really went up. My instant read here. Oh, there we go. So yeah, I'm getting a good cardio workout at the same time as pumping my arms. Okay, guys, I know that was a lot of information. I hope some of it was helpful for you. Let's see. What's in? I'm looking at my cheat sheet. Did I do everything I wanted to? Push, pull, left leg, tricep extension. Yeah, bicep curls, kickbacks, done. Yep, I did it all. Okay, so that's all I got for today for the ultimate arm workout. Make sure you stretch those triceps and biceps and triceps like I showed you. Drink plenty of water. Boy, that worked me up. I hope it worked you out too. Let's see what's going on. We've got coming up, we're going to be doing shoulders. We're going to do back and chest. We're going to do a leg workout. So I've got different segments coming up using different pieces of equipment. So there's something for everybody. Also, we're going to be coming up with 3 more Pilates lives that they're not going to be instructional in terms of how to do it. I'm going to take you through a workout. We've got 4 videos now that break things up, and now we're going to go through a full workout. So I hope you enjoy that. If there's something else you're looking for, some specific stuff, let me know. We might already have it because I've probably done over 80 videos right now. So there might be something that you don't know we have that's in our YouTube station. Always Google and put in the body parts because I've really done a lot of different things on different equipment. But it's been my honor and pleasure to be of service to you and the Lifepro family. I'm so glad that you're part of it. I'm so grateful that I'm a part of it. I'm here to help in any way I can. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you guys. Am I seeing you Friday? I can't remember, Lauren. Anyhow, I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.